In this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the Tech Zone.
Welcome back to the show. This is the Tech Zone. I am Paul Amadeus Lane. So happy that you decided to stay with us on the show. We're going to talk about some blockchain during the segment of the show. But before we do, remember, you can always catch up with me on the website, paulamadeouslane.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube right now, please subscribe to the channel. We'll keep you up to date on all the latest tech news and some other great things out there as well. This is ABC News Radio KMET. This is the Tech Zone. Blockchain. As that industry continues to expand out there are companies out there that are coming up with fast cutting and new innovations that will make sure that this industry stays safe. My next guest is going to talk about what his company is doing to meet the needs and the challenge of the ever expanding blockchain industry. I'm so happy to be joined by the CEO of Cogent, Derek Dubner. Derek, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing well, Paul. Thank you very much.
Derek, it is an honor to have you. I was talking about the company before I brought you on, and what you guys do over there is pretty amazing and pretty unique. What made you guys even want to get into the business to help ones out when it comes to time and data and all those good things?
Sure. Thanks, Paul. That's always a good question. I've spent the last 2 decades of my life with this management team, by the way, in the big data space, the data fusion space, as we call it. And we've been bringing real-time information solutions to many industries in the risk management space, as we call it. That's banking and financial services and law enforcement, government, insurance, retail, you name it. We've been bringing solutions to them for years, and we sold 2 of our previous companies to several of the leading information solutions providers out there for close to an aggregate of about $1 billion. And we decided to get back together in late 2014 or early 2015 to re-enter our marketplace and sort of take it back. It's a passion of ours. It's one that has evolved over the years. Technology, as we all know, has gotten better and better. Data more expansive with the proliferation of data from various places, mobile, social, e-commerce, you name it. And the data science techniques that are out there, along with machine learning and AI, present such an exciting opportunity for us that we came back into the marketplace.
Derek, I just got back from CES 2018, and a lot of the sessions that I went to talked about blockchain, 5G, AI, all the good stuff, and a lot of people who are kind of new to technology and just scratching the surface, when they hear blockchain, they think of it something as a new type of technology, but it's been around for a while, especially with cryptocurrency and everything going on. And when it comes to kind of explaining what you guys do to a potential customer out there, do you have to educate them on technology so that they can understand what blockchain really is? And it really is a lot more than cryptocurrency.
Well, that's true, Paul. And so there are really 2 aspects of the question. The first question is our re-entry into the marketplace where we're delivering these information solutions. We present a real-time view of a consumer. So these are the things in your life that are transactional in nature. Your purchase of a home, a car, a plane, a bankruptcy, a lien, a judgment, a criminal history. We consolidate all that. We fuse all that data together, and we present it in real time to those industries I named earlier so that you can understand your counterparty. It's really for due diligence, for risk management, and identity authentication. And really that crosses over to many technologies, emerging technologies today. Today we're powering several emerging technologies, one of which is mobile identity authentication. Of course, the ability to be on your mobile device and to enter into, for example, a banking app or a website and not have to always enter a user ID and password. So we can power the solutions that are out there that authenticate your identity. And then another emerging technology that you mentioned, of course, is blockchain. Very exciting technology. You can't turn it on the TV today without hearing about it in some way, shape, or form, either the blockchain itself or the cryptocurrency that utilizes the blockchain. As you mentioned, it's been around for a very long time with Bitcoin. Now we have all of these altcoins, as they say. But what's really exciting for us is the underlying technology, and that is the blockchain, the distributed ledger, so to speak, that records all of these transactions, whatever those transactions may be. So we're seeing today the largest companies in America, IBM and others, with massive budgets devoted toward blockchain technology, bringing businesses onto the blockchain for whatever their business functions are: supply chain management, payment transactions, smart contracts, et cetera. And so we're going to see that going forward. Blockchain is a very real technology. It's one that's essential. And we saw an enormous opportunity because, again, we provide identity authentication and verification, the ability to, quote, know your customer. That's KYC, as it's known in the industry. And that's very important because when you hear of the problems with these new technologies, it really comes about with anonymity of the individual or using the technology in some bad way. For some type of crime, for money laundering, for whatever else. And so it's the ability to authenticate the party on the other end of the transaction, and that's where our solutions come in.
And Derek, when we look at all the measures that you put in, we know that there's always someone trying to eradicate those measures and try to block them, and so they can get in and steal one's identity. As a company, why is it important to stay up on the latest hacker trends and things out there to make sure that you guys are still delivering that high security out there for your customers?
Sure. So you, Paul, myself, every other consumer in the United States and around the world, we entrust people and companies with our data. And that's really why it's so important, is we have to be good stewards of that data. And so, again, you have many of the great companies in the country devoting millions and millions, billions of dollars towards security and infrastructure, and yet hacking occurs, even at the best companies. So it's never going to be stopped entirely. The goal is to obviously eradicate it. We hope to do that. But in reality, it's to identify it quickly, and stop the impact of it. And that's really, again, why we take our solutions so seriously, and we believe they're applicable to every single transaction in the United States today. And that is to understand who you're about to transact with before you take that next step. And that's our core competency. It's really the data analytics and the ability to authenticate you as the counterparty on the other end of that transaction.
Well said, Derek. And let's talk about the red violet benefit and division, and see how that's going to benefit current and also future Cogent customers.
Sure. We're very excited about this transaction. Let me take a step back for a minute. Late last year, we announced a transformative transaction for us. We entered into a business combination with a company named Blue Focus. It is one of China's largest marketing services companies. And we entered into a transaction with its U.S. Silicon Valley headquartered subsidiary. And upon the closing of that transaction, Blue Focus is going to contribute into Cogent two of its leading advertising agencies, marketing services companies, if you will. They are named Vision 7. It's Canadian-based marketing services company. And We Are Social, a UK-based marketing services company. They're going to combine those into Cogent with Fluent. We are a leading digital marketing company, a performance-based digital marketing company here at Cogent. That is one of our divisions. So we're going to consolidate those three businesses together. Blue Focus will also contribute $100 million into Cogent upon the closing. And we are going to spin off the data and analytics business that I spoke to you about, our risk management business, newly named Red Violet, and it will trade on the NASDAQ. So upon the closing of this transaction, which we anticipate will happen this quarter, our shareholders are going to own two public companies and receive a dividend of the proceeds of that $100 million, which we equate to be about $1 per share dividend. So our shareholders are excited. We are very excited. And along with the spinoff of Red Violet, again, because we were just talking about the emerging blockchain, well, so-called emerging, it's been around for years for those that know it, but the emerging blockchain technologies, we started and created our own division, Red Violet Blockchain and Analytical Solutions. And that is our entree, so to speak, or the division we will utilize to expand within that emerging technology. We recently announced a strategic affiliation with a very strong leading blockchain technology out there. The company's called Dragon Chain. It was formerly built at Disney, and it was then public source code. And now it is a commercial enterprise, private company named Dragon Chain. And we are partnering with them to drive our identity verification solutions, know your customer solutions, as they work with some of the largest companies in the country to bring those enterprises onto their blockchain. So we're in a very enviable position here at Cogent, soon to be Red Violet spinoff, because we don't have to sort of bet on one blockchain technology. We have these identity verification solutions and know your customer solutions that can power any blockchain technology. So we're very excited about the go forward.
Well, congratulations on that, Derek. I know that has to be huge, especially when you look at your journey, Florida State Seminole to lawyer to techpreneur CEO. Talk about that journey right there. Did you ever think when you were in law school that you will be a CEO of a tech company?
Well, it was definitely an aspiration of mine. I knew when I went to law school that I'd like to be in a business environment that was sort of where my interest lies. And I always wanted to pursue my passion. I like to believe that you have to love what you do every day. You have to wake up and have a passion for it. It's no longer work if that's the case. And I did enter that arena. I partnered with entrepreneurs my whole life. I was general counsel of several of those companies I spoke of earlier. And being in a regulated data space, being that security is so very important and vital, compliance with laws and even SEC reporting, a legal background is a fantastic background to be leading a company. And I'm just so proud of what we built today. I love the people I work with. They're brilliant, and we're always looking for passion, and we find that. And that's really what fulfills me day to day.
So, Derek, I guess the $50 million question is, when Florida State plays Penn State University, since you went there too, who do you root for?
That's a tough one, Paul. It's a great question. I just hope it happens. I just want it to happen.
There you go. That'd be a nice little bowl game, wouldn't it? And
that would.
And Derek, what can we do as consumers to minimize the risk out there? Because we know there's a lot of risk out there when it comes to identity. What can we do to kind of be proactive and work along with what your company is doing to keep our identity safe?
Great question, Paul. Be vigilant. You really have to be vigilant. You have to understand the site you're at, who you're providing your information to. Do your own due diligence. Do your own homework. Find out who this is that you're entering information with. Be comfortable that it's a reputable organization, that there are no blemishes on the history, and most importantly, it's so easy to be duped. That's really where most of the identity fraud comes from today. Phishing, the emails that are seeking information under false pretenses, false identities of individuals coming at you. So you really have to have your antenna up. You have to understand what you're looking at and do your homework.
Thank you so much. I'm sure everyone out there will benefit that. I have some parents that are late in their life, and I know they get kind of concerned when they shop, because a lot of things they used to go into brick and mortar stores to do, they have to do online now. So they're kind of concerned. So thank you so much for sharing that too. And one thing too that about your company that really intrigues me, I love analytics and finding out, looking into the deep data that we have with that. Your company does something unique with custom data analytics. You mind sharing that with us?
Sure. So as we move along in the evolution of our company, we've built a technology platform that is data and industry agnostic. So while we house massive amounts of data on over 95% of the consumer population, and we use that data to serve the solutions that I spoke of, this platform, we are able to take this platform and not only layer it over our own data internally, but solve complex problems for our customers. So we can go to the Fortune 500 of America and layer this platform over their data. They have massive amounts of data. They're drowning in it. They don't know how to make sense of all of it. And we have the ability to connect all those disparate data points to really bring the puzzle together. And they can use our platform and custom-built interface to understand and solve problems, whether it be logistics or just better workflow, streamline, whatever that may be, identity authentication, monitoring for red flags. And so that's custom analytics for us.
Awesome. I love that. And I know some people out there may went over their head, but I'm like, give me my popcorn while you're talking. This is like, I love it hearing about that. And, when we look at the way things are going right now with AI, 5G, all the new innovations out there that are set to explode within the next several years, what is it that your company does to make sure that you're on the cutting edge? So we kind of touched on it a little bit with making sure with security risk and things like that, but with the new different technologies out there, are there new things that then must be learned so that could be on top of it? Because when new technology happens, there's one nefarious things that people do out there to try to infiltrate that. So what is your company doing to really assist with that?
Sure. It's a great question. So there are so many new technologies, and I'm so excited about where everything is going. If you look at where we've come from even the year 2000, from where we are today, technology has changed the lives of everybody. Now we have the Internet of Things. If you look at the year 2000, nobody had a cell phone in their hand. Today you can't drive through a major city, and most people aren't even looking up. They're looking down at their mobile device.
And you got kindergartners got phones now, iPhones. What's up with that, right?
That's right. I'll tell you, the benefit of that is I know where my kids are. So it's kind of nice. They're always interacting with me. But I do have to worry about how long they're on the devices and the social impact of these devices. But we continue to look at down the road, and we sort of want to go where the puck is going and not where it's been, so to speak. And so how do our solutions apply to new technologies? And that's why blockchain. And how do our solutions evolve over time? How do we better serve the customers that have been here for such a long time, serving Americans in banking and financial services, in legal, in retail, in insurance? How do we make this a better society? Basically, reduce the workflow, reduce the cost of doing business, so that those savings are passed on to the consumer, and we all save. If we can prevent fraud in the insurance market, then hopefully, if the economy and the system is working, then all of us are going to benefit by lower insurance rates. And so, we take our technology, and we're always looking for another application for it. And it doesn't even have to be a new technology or a new function. It can be one in the past. For example, one of our solutions, we saw a gaping need for the real estate industry just recently. When you think of the real estate industry, real estate agents today are mostly mobile. They're driving around, they're showing real estate properties, they get a phone call, and perhaps they get a call that I would like to see that $2 million property in an hour. And here's one of the most unique situations in any business where an agent has to show up at a property all by themselves, alone in a property with somebody. They have no idea who this person is. This could be a real safety risk for the agent, and they're going to show them this property. And we've heard all too often in statistics how violent this can be. Absolutely. And we used our platform to deliver a solution. It's an app-based solution called Forewarn. And it's the ability that the minute the number comes in, the agent knows immediately on their mobile device who that person is, basic information about that person, whether there's a criminal history, and any other information that might be pertinent, basically to validate and verify the identity of the caller into the agent. And am I really going to do business with this person? Is this a safety risk? So it's about using technology to apply it to old industries as well as emerging technologies.
Absolutely. And I'm telling you, when technology saves lives or make lives better and enhances lives and safety, I tell you, it's really transforming things, and appreciate what you guys are doing over there at Cogent. And I'm telling you, Derek, if I was putting together a perfect CEO with your background in economics and finance and being a lawyer, I tell you, you are the total package when it comes to the CEO. Because
you're too kind, Paul. Thank you.
Because no one can pull the wool over your eyes. Law, economics, and finance. That is cool.
Thank you.
That is super cool.
The kind words.
And before I let you go, is there anything else you'd like to articulate out there to the viewer or the listener out there about Cogent?
No, I think I've covered everything. We're very proud of what we're building, but it's just the beginning of what we're building. We're only a couple years in. We have a product roadmap that rolls out for years to come. We're developing that. We have an unbelievable technology team we've built out of Seattle, pulling talent from some of the best companies in America. And so we've got a long, long road ahead of us, and we're building enormous shareholder value. And so I would hope that I can get people interested in our story.
Awesome. Now, if there's ones who like to go find out more information about Cogent, how can they do that?
Sure. I would just say go to cogint.com, cogint.com, and we're on the NASDAQ under ticker symbol COGT.
And you guys have a pretty cool looking website, if I may say so myself. It's pretty awesome.
Thanks.
Derek Dubner, CEO of Cogent, thank you so much, my friend. Great catching up with you.
My pleasure, and thank you very much.
Once again, a huge shout out to Derek Dubner, CEO of Cogent. Really enjoyed my conversation with Derek and talk about things that make me go giddy, blockchain, technology out there, everything out there. And having Derek's insight really helps us to really be more educated, or as I should say a long time ago, educated when it comes to the data and blockchain industry out there. Hey, when we get back, we're going to talk about how you can keep your identity safe online when you're shopping using your credit card. You want to find out more information about that? Well, you have to stay tuned. We'll be right back right after these messages on the Tech Zone.
In this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul, Amadeus Lane in the Tech Zone.